Okay, so sorry it was kind of weird. Anyways, me and Sherman are getting a cough. Or at least I am. I heard him cough a few times. But anyways, I'm gonna start with my scale. And yeah. So see, I am not going to do the metronome until where are you? I lost you. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to do with the metronome because it's the separate thingy. I guess I'll do C sharp. The cat is scratching on the door. Excuse me. You are not going out, kitty. Two kitties passing by each other. I'm not going to talk as much today, but I'm going to move on to Choo Slurs. Actually, on E flat. At least I'm going to try E flat. I'm going to do it too slick. flat on the G string. I didn't find it before. Now I am going to do. I don't have millions of hours. Ooh, I remember it's a routine. At 8 o'clock, I have to do accolade. Oh. 7:35, so I have about like 25 minutes. Yeah, huh. I'm going to start at variation 2 and go to variation 6. I'm just trying to just I'm supposed to. I'm on to the next one because I don't have millions of hours and I want to, I'm going to put the metronome at 80. Oh, I want to sing on tempo. I'm moving it up. played that at 92. On the da 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 da. It just seemed too slow with that. Anyway. It goes up by 10. I need to ask him about the down bow or whatever that is. Let me try it at 130. So I just played it at like 116. I'm singing out of the town. Or is that a tune? I don't know. Yep. Because I messed up with the stuff, and yeah. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it at 120. Dun 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 dun. I'm used to tapping my heel or my foot now, like that. Dun, 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 dun. No. Okay. Do it up. I messed up on the last chord, but I actually need to put that up though because it's an extra pick for guitar. Guitar. finger walk it off. Okay. I'm going to move on to my...
How's it going?
Good. I'm going to move on to Kreutzer.
Alright. When was the last time you listened to Kreutzer?
I don't think for a while. I should listen.
Maybe you should listen to it real quick before you play it. How about that?
Okay, I can listen to it on my phone.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I don't need you to do that. Eugene. Where's Eugene Chapel? Oh, I wrote it here. Eugene. Eugene Chapel. Holiday schedule. Resettle info. New schedule. Invitation to edit. Oh, it was my mom who said that. No. Postcard, screenshot. Kreutzer Fest. Okay. I'm going to listen to it. I'm just going to listen. Repeating mixed up even if I read the music or not. So I just get like the repeat stuff. Like that, I got mixed up even with the music. Yeah. I definitely memorized the first 3 lines, I think. Yeah. I'm not going to waste time with it because I only have 8 minutes. I'm going to do that on Stradic.
fourth finger that you practice that. Okay, so
you
it's
practically just have to like
okay.
push.
Can I say something? It's not really about how your finger looks. It's about how you move your finger. Okay? Don't try to make it more curved. Just try to move it. Keep this part of your hand soft.
I know, but I get.
Ella, can you just try it without telling me something else? So it's this part. Okay? And what I want you to do is take all of your fingers off and just put your fourth finger down. And don't even put it down yeah, just tap it right there. Okay, but when I tap my fourth finger, can I show you? When I tap my fourth finger, put your thumb down. Okay? Just try tapping it. Right? So what you really want is for your finger to be in the most natural position possible. And you're just helping your finger be naturally. So why don't you try to do the fourth finger on the violin now? Okay, so what's the difference between the way you were doing it there and the way you're doing it there?
My hand is more out here like that, so I have to do that.
Well,
instead of that.
Right. So you need to try to move your hand so it's more the same here. And what helps you to have your hand be the same like that? What do you think helps?
Having my arm around you.
It's your elbow, right?
Yeah. Also, I noticed that my other fingers right here aren't moving while my fourth finger is moving. But I think that's fine.
Let me see you do your first finger. Are your other fingers moving when you do your first finger?
This one is a tiny bit.
Okay, do that finger and let's see if your other ones are moving.
This one moves with it. It's like my hand feels connected all.
Well, when I do my hand on my knee, I can do that one finger without moving the other fingers. Can you? Can you do your fourth finger without moving your other ones? No, you can only move it with your third finger because these two fingers are connected. But it should still be pretty independent. It should be that you're moving your finger from here. Well, you don't have to stand on one foot to do it. So just put your finger down and stand on it. And how can you stand on your finger and be the most secure? I didn't say jump. Okay, put your finger on my knee. See, your finger is very weak. How can you make your finger strong? Does it really have to be like all stretched out at your wrist? Just put your finger, put this finger down. Okay, are you strong? Like a, what do you call it? Like a, nope, you bent it. Make it your finger really strong. Okay, now make that finger strong. Okay, so see how when the finger is really strong, that the other fingers have to support that. Why are these so stiff? Okay, if this finger is strong, everybody has to help that finger. It's weak now. Make that finger as strong as you can. Poke it into there you go. Yeah. Now, the stronger this finger is, the more these guys, oh, it's weak. Make it strong. Yeah, dig in. Okay? If this finger's strong, these guys have to be weak while it's strong. You should be able to do anything and still keep that finger strong. Okay, now do another finger and make it strong. It doesn't feel very strong. Okay, now do another finger. But you're doing your finger as stiff as you can. I'm talking about, here, stand up. Okay, I'm talking about just putting your finger down. Put your finger on my arm. Do whatever you can do to make that finger strong. Use your arm weight. You're not using your arm weight. Okay? Now your arm is heavy and your finger can be strong. But it's not, it's bent. So you're all like this. Just try to put your finger down and make it strong. Why do you have to have your arm all twisted like that? I'm not asking you to play violin. This is not about the violin. A kindergartner, a college student, anybody. Actually, the best way to get your fingers strong is to do it on the piano. Remember when Eugene showed you how to do it on the piano?
Yeah.
Well, do it on the piano with your finger hand. That's your bow hand. Go. Okay, but look at the difference between the shape of my arm and yours. You look like this, and I'm coming down with my whole arm. So you look like this, and I look like this. Okay, why don't you sit down? Sorry, why don't you sit down and learn to do. Now guess what? Since you don't play piano, you might not be able to do it as fast as me. And every time you try to do it super fast, you're not doing it correctly. So don't raise up your arm, move over, put your bottom on there, and just... Okay, but you know, you're hitting the key up here. Put it down here. Okay, the faster you go, the worse it is. The point of this is not to go fast. The point of this is to get your fingers strong. Okay, you look like this again. Come down. No, you look like this. Come down on top. No, you're like this. Come down this way. Make your wrist. Okay, relax your arm. Okay, now see if you can do it more directed. But you're moving your whole hand. Just move your fourth finger. There you go. And that's as fast as you can go. Because you're not strong enough yet. When you get strong, you can go. Okay, don't put your wrist down. Sit back a little so that you have room. both of them. Do your thumb. No, different fingers. It's okay. It's okay, I'll find it.
Oh, it's a bow.
It's not a bow. I think it's something else. Try it again.
No, it's a bow end or something.
Maybe it's this one. Okay, try again. Do it together. Don't put your wrist down. Belly button out to the piano. This is what I mean. Okay, I don't think. Okay, there you go. Try it again. Your hand looks beautiful now. Not like this. Up. Good. Now try to play the Schrader, whatever it is, on the violin. Okay? And try to remember that feeling that you had in the piano that looked so nice.
Yeah.
Good? Okay, why don't you try to relax here a little more? Well, then you're going too fast. Okay, if you're that stiff. It's not the question is not, in my opinion, the issue. I'll wait till you stop doing that. In my opinion, the issue is what he said, is that you can make it sound great, but if you're not teaching your fourth finger and your fingers how to do it in a relaxed way, then you're not learning, because what is the point of this exercise? Do you know?
Well,
Why are we doing it? Why do we care?
because it makes your fingers move and practice your fingers just moving on one string.
But why? Why are we doing that?
Yeah, so they get a little more stronger, I guess.
And why do we need them stronger for?
Because in some pieces you have to tap, but it has to really sound.
You're learning how to get dexterity. You see the word right here?
Yeah.
What does dexterity mean?
control.
It means like flexibility. You're teaching your fingers how to move quickly. And the way they do it in Suzuki is by pieces like perpetual motion. Why don't you try playing perpetual motion with your fourth finger? See if you can play that more relaxed.
On the A or D string.
Any string. So when I think about flexibility and dexterity, what I like to think about is that every finger helps every other finger. So if my first finger is down, all of my other fingers are independent and hovering. If my second finger is down, everything is oriented around right here. If my first finger is down and I put fourth finger, it's hard to maintain that balance. So play perpetual motion again, and when you hit your fourth finger, make sure that your whole hand is supporting your fourth finger. Take your other fingers off, which sometimes is good to do, and just be on top of your fourth finger area. Okay, but now I want you to do that with every finger. So just do A, B, A. Stop. So like on cello, we have to do that even more because we can never, even in first position, really reach everything without adjusting our hand. And you have to very subtly adjust. It's like if I'm walking on the balance beam and I take a big step and I lose my balance, I have to get my whole body over that spot. And your fingers are like every step on the balance beam. You have to be over, your weight of your finger has to be just like the weight of your foot. So if you were to walk across the balance beam with your fingers, you wouldn't walk like this. You would have to walk on your tippy toes, kind of. And then every time you play a third finger, your fourth finger gets to rest. And when you play a third finger, your other fingers get to rest. Every single note, everybody gets to rest except for whose turn it is. And when you played that, it looked really nice. If you could play Schraddick or radishes as nicely as you play perpetual motion, then I think you'd be doing much more what he's looking for. The purpose is not to go as fast as you can until you get that strength and direction. And you're unfortunately going to have to watch your fingers really carefully because you got in a bad habit of stretching your fourth finger. And pizza, going from pizza to stretch. And that's like a bad habit that a lot of people get. So let's move on.
I have to go to Akale anyways.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to do Akale 3 on the.
So what are you going to do on Akale?
I'm gonna start from this page that Marcia gave me, and I'm gonna start from here for the double stops on the first page.
And where are the double stops? Right down at
The
the bottom?
double stops are they're just the separate parts. That's the except in first position. It's
Okay.
kind of like a warm-up fiddle.
All right, let's hear it. Great. So how about separating the double stops for a moment and seeing if you can play the fourth finger without scrunching it. How about just put the fourth finger down up there? Okay, can you tap your thumb? How does that feel? Does it feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So why does your finger look so up there? It doesn't look very comfortable. Just because double stops are so hard? Seems like they're really hard. Okay, let's hear it from where are you doing it? Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to do Akale. I'm going to, I guess, play these double stops, the actual ones.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how important do you think it is to try to do vibrato on those? Did you and Marcia talk about that?
Eugene said two. So I think
What happens when you do vibrato? Do you feel like it's going to go out of tune?
yeah.
Oh. So how do you keep it in tune and do vibrato? Why don't you try it and see if you can figure out what the secret trick is? Could you not start on the fingerboard? Well, you made that look so easy. Is it really that easy?
No.
No? You were working
Well,
really
because-
hard?
Because you have to do like really little like, so it stays in tune instead of doing.
Well, that must be the trick then. You must have to be an expert vibrato person off the finger.
Also, you have to make sure the vibrato doesn't get on the other string.
All right. So how can you remember to show Eugene that you...
Sorry.
I really don't like that habit, and I want you to try to stop it. How do you think you could remember to do that? Why don't you play this last thing? Is this up bow or down bow?
Down.
Okay. Why don't you play that and remind yourself of vibrato? Actually, why don't you start here? And on this note, I want you to say vibrato or something. Could you, I'm sorry, could you set up your bow hand before you start playing so that your thumb is actually really engaged? When you engage the string, I want you to engage the thumb. Wait, and also I want you to put all of your stress in your big toe, okay? Good, really nice. Okay, well, I'll give you 5 unimaginary points in your front if you can remember to do vibrato on that in your lesson. Okay, let's hear something else. Let's hear the green section. What's special about the green section?
You have to shift.
It says vitamins, like with a vitamin.
Yeah.
Vitamin has a T in it.
I'm good at that part now.
Okay. All right, then let's turn the page and do something on the next page.
It's 8:22.
Right.
Ba 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 da ba ba. Should I play this still?
That's your decision.
I think I should.
No retakes. Just keep
You
going.
need to practice.
You know what? If you want to practice it, show me where it is on the page. And what was wrong with it. Don't play it. Just tell me
The
what was.
shift wasn't right.
Okay, so you're shifting from what note to what note?
Shifting from a second finger G to a, and the third finger to G to a second finger E on the A string.
Okay. And what are the relative positions of them? Like on this happy little chart right here. Show me where they are.
G would be right here.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a second finger, but not, and this would be a first finger. So that's first. I mean that's third.
Okay. So why don't you put your
Fourth.
so how far apart are the notes then?
A whole step.
This to this is a whole step.
Wait. G to E is a whole step.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about E to D?
E to D is a whole step.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna have to reach back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's have you do an open E, right? Or it's not an open E, it's a first finger E. And why is that hard? Why? Because you have to pop off? Because you were just playing it somewhere else? Why is it hard to get that in tune?
Because I don't exactly know, but I know that.
Well, there must be some reason, because you're a really good player and it's a tricky spot. So what's tricky about it?
It's so hard because you can't just take a shortcut and do that.
Oh.
You have to do.
So you have to actually keep your finger in a nice.
Yeah.
A nice O.
You can't just do like do do like or just.
So you have to keep
that.
a strong third finger. Let me
No.
see. Show me.
Instead of doing this.
Don't show me not how to do it.
It's also hard because it doesn't feel like a whole step and you want to shift forward like the first position.
So it's 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else can you practice on alkali?
I can also practice.
Is this page good? Or is there anything on that
I
page?
need to practice these two ones.
All right. Then why don't you start there? What note is that, by the way?
G sharp.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I have to say. You know, your fourth finger is working way too hard. And because it's working so hard, it's making it too hard. I want you to play it again, and I want you to try to keep your fourth finger a piano fourth finger. Okay, play it again and watch. Take some sneak peeks at your fourth finger. Okay, where is it right now? Took care of your fourth finger much more than that place, didn't you?
Yeah. Also,
it sounded better to me too. Did it sound better to you?
Yeah. Also, I noticed that I was kind of hugging my third finger, and I noticed that on the last page it helps with double stops.
Well,
not
then
help
keep doing that if you notice that, kid.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So I think when you get to this section, if you're using Eugene's music, where is Eugene's music?
It is. Where is it? Wait. I know I had it, but I don't know where it is.
Well, I'd like you to find it. I'll hold your violin if you want.
Might be on this or something. Find this or something. Could you find that?
While you're looking for it, did you look up on Google what it said? You forgot?
On the what?
On his notes?
Oh, yesterday, all of the music box notes fell off the stand because Gretchen was moving it. Not saying she did anything wrong. So maybe it fell out.
Is it possible it's up on the piano?
I don't know.
Is this it? Wait, this looks like it could be it. Okay, great.
Oh, well.
Hold on.
Letters.
Okay, so I think we're done with this for the moment.
Wait, is that,
All right, so
that's
I want...
only two. Wait, is that only 2 pages? It's only 3 pages of it though.
Oh.
So it's not numbered.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can just bring this anyways. Because we
No,
said we were.
I know, but I want to find it now.
Okay. This is only. Wait.
Are you sure it's not in your bag? Go get your bag.
It was here yesterday.
Well, still, go get your bag. Maybe it got put in there. Okay, so put it on the stand. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, just put it there. Okay, so on the first page, can you put it in order? Just open it to the first page. Okay.
Okay, I'm getting it.
All right. So we discussed that when you're in your lesson and you get to here, you're going to do lots of vibrato. So put a big heart there, or a V, or something that you want to remember. That you're going to see at your lesson. Okay, is there anything else on this page you want to remind yourself of?
I need to remind myself to get to the frog.
So what are you going to put there? A little picture of a frog? Can you draw a frog?
I'm just going to write that to frog.
Why don't you put a big F? Okay, good. Now, turn the page.
Okay.
Anything on this page you want to remember? Oh, these accents are marked. Did you fix that? That was Eugene's thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so peruse this page and pick one thing to remind yourself of.
Don't stretch. No. No. Wait, no, I'm going to do stretch.
Okay.
And then I circle around it.
And what you're going to do at your lesson is some sneak peeking. So when you don't need to look at the music, go ahead and look at your fingers. But when you come to this, look at it. And then, okay, so what about page 3? Is there anything on here?
On page 3. No, not that.
Okay. Are you going to play the whole page without looking at the music then? Or is there anything you need to notice?
I need to write in these notes. Because I don't remember.
All right. Well, how about, since this is another one of those retakes where sometimes your shoulder goes up, why don't you put something like a smiley face or a calm or something?
I'm going to do a face and then
a shoulder.
yeah.
Okay. So you can have like one place on each page that you're going to focus in on. Of course, he might just stop you a million times. You never know what he'll do in your lesson, right?
Shoulder.
Okay, next page. What are you going to focus on this page?
I'm gonna focus on.
Was there something here? Well, maybe you should play this page and then tell me what you think you need to focus on.
Okay, where's my bow?
It's right here.
Okay.
Just a minute. Looks like you lost one bow here. Really? Okay, so I don't know where a good place to start is.
Right there is the first.
Okay, just check it. Don't start on the fingerboard. Good for you. Fourth finger is so relaxed. Watch it. Elbow and where's that fourth finger?
It's not the fourth finger, it's the second finger.
No, the one you just played. Right. So I'm going to put something here. I want you to stop like flinging it down and try to get your elbow and your other fingers to help the fourth finger. Stop. That doesn't mean play. It means think about this, you know, a little bit. Just a little bit. Think about helping. So I'm going to put an H here, which means help your fourth finger. It doesn't mean bend it like that. It means help it, okay? I don't want to hear it right now. I just told you that, okay? Next page. Very good, by the way.
Wait, I have to mark.
You found something else to mark?
This is it.
Okay.
Bow. Sorry.
All right. Next page.
Eh. Yeah.
All right. What was on this page that you wanted to remember for your lesson?
Not to go too high here.
Okay. What's a good way to remind yourself there? What are you going to write?
Don't shift too hard.
I thought we did something else on this page, didn't we?
On here?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. All right, what about the last page?
I need to see what it is. I have to remember them.
Okay. And there it says no fingerboard. Have you been paying attention to that this week?
Not too much.
Okay, well, why don't you check? Why don't you start here and play till the end? See if you get off the fingerboard and help your fourth finger. Remember, it's your baby finger. You've got to really take care of it, okay? Help your fourth Okay, I think this page is pretty good. I
That's
do.
the last page.
Let me hear the last note. Step back and there so I can really. All right. Okay. Really nice. Did you do your scales today?
Yes.
Okay. Did you use the metronome?
Yes.
Wink, wink, wink. Okay. So here's your challenge. I want you to try to remember to hit those points in the lesson. And then every day, in addition to listening to the pieces or whatever you're doing, I want you.
Oh, I wanna try something.
Don't go down like this. So you have to raise that. No, watch. Then when you go up a half step. We'll do that later. I want you to.
Oh, it's 8:40.
I'm going to drive you to school. I want you to upload the video, and then I want you to get ready for school and pack up for Eugene. Okay? Good job.